Hello and welcome back for another one. I am Mr. Free to Play. That is right. I'm a free to play player and I give advice, tricks, and other things. Today, on this video, we will be talking about the developer's blog. That is right. You heard me. We. Today, I have with me my alliance leader, Niko himself, as featured on the 500 and 700A roster review. So sit back, relax, and let's get... Hello?
Hey, Niko. My agent says you're not going to make the cut.
Oh.
Alright guys, I'm here with my alliance leader, Niko, and today we are reviewing the dev blog, which to me was a little disappointing. I was expecting a lot more after a month of no communication at all. Well, practically no communication at all. And it was very light. I got very excited when I saw Ghost in the, up there on the top banner, and I don't know, before we say anything about Ghost, have you read through this dev blog yet?
No, I thought I'd wait to see so I could give a genuine reaction.
Okay, so Ghost being in the banner, does this make you feel like Ghost is going to become farmable?
Well, yeah, of course, right? I mean, we're all waiting for it. They said that she was going to be required for Pimtech, so, give us the money.
And let's just jump into it. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. Ghost is becoming farmable, most likely next Wednesday. She is going to the War Store. What do you think about another character being added to the War Store after they just put Minerva in there?
I'm not surprised. They like to do crunches like that to us, right? I mean, there's all the G15 stuff there. There's still like the mini uniques and all the different characters. So they like to put that pressure on us. We have to decide who we're going to invest in. But personally, it's frustrating, right? I don't even have my Mr. Sinister or my Minerva at 7-star, and now I got to focus on Ghost.
Yeah, they're trying. To me, it feels like they're trying. Like they feel like if they put a character in Blitz raid, it's no longer difficult for the player base to max that character out. So I feel like they're trying to make the War Store such a premium currency. But the question comes: are they frustrating the player base more than the intended purpose of making us feel like things are scarce, so we need to spend money? What do you think?
I think that they like us to feel scared and they like us to spend money, right? Because I mean, you remember when Toad was put on the Blitz, or I think that was the last character. I had him at 7-star like instantly. Yeah. Every day I was buying him at like 3 times a day. There's a refresh, so they know that that's not going to make a character particularly exclusive, right?
Yeah.
And the raid store, we had Cyclops, and I think before him was Namor.
Yeah, it's we only had one character added last year,
right? So it's the same kind of thing that the scarcity is more there because it takes forever for them to show up. But as soon as they were there, I'm like, okay, buy them, and eventually I got them to 7-star, like without much of a hassle. And even with that method, you're still going to get them to max star level before you would get, say, a node farmable character.
Yeah, I was like, I mean, I heard some whisperings that it was possible that they did not count Minerva as a new character to the War Store, and that it was possible that another character was heading there right away. I did not want to believe that, but at the same time, I kind of bought it because lately, I mean, the past, 6 months, they seem to be tailoring this game for the end game players, trying to stop them from doing things easily. And I think the new players are the ones that are really paying, the cost of that. So hopefully they come up with something in 2021 to help new players along with the stuff. An easy fix would be just add a war orb, an arena orb to help them farm these characters up. Obviously, we already have most of these characters maxed out. Late game players are not going to open an orb. We're going to buy the characters. So I think having an orb for new game players is the quick fix. But yeah, I'm glad Ghost is one of the first characters available to farm out of Pimtech, but I'm not excited about the War Store.
I don't think anyone is.
Yeah. I actually, before you jumped on this call, I was actually scamming Reddit. I'm waiting for the backlash from Reddit because I know it's coming. But so far there's been nothing. In case you guys need to know, we're like recording this like, I don't know, 15 20 minutes after the dev blog went live. So it does take time for players to react. All right, so let's move on. That was the big announcement. The rest of it's kind of all downhill from there. The other thing that I want to go over, Covert Ops, another event where we got to use a specific type characters, in this case military, for arena, blitz, and raids. Are you getting tired of all these events?
Yeah. I mean, most of the time the characters aren't even that good. If you were a new player, you might get some use out of it, but like my arena, it's all Black Order, right? So it's basically I just gotta not win. Blitz, I'm gonna auto send anyway, so I'm gonna go through all my teams, so it doesn't make a difference. But it kind of obliges me to go on every 2 hours to do it if I want to stay competitive. And with the raids, and then we're gonna have to lower all the raids again, so that way our lower TCP players can get through. Because I mean, realistically speaking, like military, right? Like how many of those are raid viable?
Yeah, I think this is a way for them to get people to spend on Skilletary or build or spend resources on the Skilletary, which makes them have to spend to get more resources. It seems like a more of a tactic to get the players to, get them in a corner so they have to spend, or they feel like they need to spend, which I don't know if this strategy is going to work for them in the long term. I mean, sooner or later, players are just going to become too frustrated. And that's my concern, is that players become too frustrated. I enjoy this game. I love this game. I don't want to see players leave. The problem is like, it just like stop. And there's another problem I want to get into with this, but that's the first one. Like, it's another case where I feel like they're hurting their early game players. I don't know. Thoughts?
I mean, if somebody in the Alliance came to me and said, "Hey, Niko, do you think we should work on our Skilletary team for this upcoming event?" I'd be like, "No, no, no, no. Like, look how early we finished our Red Guardian thing, right?
Yeah.
And we weren't even doing anything particularly gamey. We just lowered the difficulty on the raid. So it feels a bit monotonous, and especially with skill military. I mean, they suck. That's right. I said it. They suck.
So this is my next thing I want to go into. Still on this covert ops thing. We're going to get some kind of rewards for some orb fragments, 14 and 15 orb fragments. I'm hoping that means like orb fragments that give us gear 14 and 15 pieces. I don't know. It's kind of weird how they have it rewarded, or how they have it worded. Rewards include new armory, 14 and 15 orb fragments. I have no idea what that means. Yeah, I see your face. It's really that confusing reason. I've read it over and over again. I don't know what it means. Are they literally going to name, I don't know, orb fragments 14 and 15? Like, it's confusing.
I was more confused why they spelled armory wrong.
Oh, I don't think people at home can see that. Let me slide that over.
No, it's a Canadian thing. I'm just joking.
Oh, okay, got you. All right. So they spelled it wrong for Canadians. All right. So here's the other thing. So let's keep going here. So I should be asking one more question before we jump into the next thing. Do you think we'll get a break after Red Guardian, or do you think they'll go straight into this event?
I hope they give us a break.
I mean, I personally want a break. I think the player base wants a break, because here's the problem, and I'm going to go to the next thing here, is upcoming blitzes. So the next two blitzes up are Loki Monday through Wednesday, and then starting Thursday, we're getting Kitty Pryde, which means as of me recording this, Kitty Pryde could be released anytime between now, which is Friday night, and Monday night. I'd imagine somewhere in that time frame, she's going to get released that's purchasable. So going back to Loki, a lot of late game players like you and me have him maxed out at 7 stars. But with an event that requires us to blitz, that hurts the new game players, because we would do what? Milestones and chill? New players would push hard to get more shards of Loki, and all of a sudden we're playing blitz 8 times, 6 times a day, and screwing up the scoreboard and giving them less shards of Loki because we're playing harder than what we would be had there not be an event. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
That's a very good point, actually. That's like how earlier in the Alliance I said, all right, rescue Ironheart Blitz coming up. I expect every single person who doesn't have her at 7-star to get 100 shards. And then they put the Blitz predictions. It was like 28 million. I was like, okay, I take that back. I don't expect any of you to do that. Right? I assume because it was a farmable character that there wouldn't be an issue. But because the milestone event's going on, everybody is just auto-simming. And yeah, I agree with you. It does make it harder for the newer players that are relying on getting 100 shards with typically 12 million on auto-sim, which is attainable by somebody half my TCP, right?
Yeah. So Kitty Pryde's coming next Thursday. And before we get into the rest of this devlog, which is not much, we're pretty much done. Iceman is, we still don't know how he's going to be released. Is he going to be right after Kitty Pryde, which gives us 4 back-to-back Blitz release characters? Or does he get an event like the Valentine's event, which means if this Covert Ops event's going on, which means we're probably going to go straight in to the Valentine's event right after that. If assuming that they're going to do that event yet, the timeline's very shaky if that event's actually going to happen as we've had previous years. But I mean, event after event after event, and players are still not getting over of what they perceive as a time sink in real-time arena. I don't know. Your thoughts on this all before we move on.
I think that a lot of this is because of them taking December off. Okay. Right? That this way they were able to give us something to do without making it not obvious that it wasn't really anything to do.
Yeah.
Right? We're all excited. Oh, sweet, call Blitz. Like, you think about it, there was like Yelena Blitz, and then, or the one before Yelena, there was Call, and then Yelena, and then there was Ironheart, and then Yelena. Yeah. Right? Who was the one before Call? It was like back-to-back blitzes. Like, I feel like I've been blitzing my whole life. Right? And so
I feel like I've been blitzing nonstop since Blitzsim.
Yeah. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, that it was their way to disguise them not adding content, and we feel occupied, so we don't really notice it. So I don't think that this is going to be forever, right? Because there is burnout. Like I'm almost dreading the game now, and I love the game.
Yeah. I just want a break where I don't feel like I have to log in 8 times a day to do Blitz. I know it only takes like 5 minutes of my time, but it's a constant interruption in my day. And I do it because I want to be competitive. But at the same time, I want to be competitive at the same time, but I don't want to give it away and not participate. So it's a very frustrating spot that I'm in. Like, I need to Blitz to get this done, but at the same time, I am kind of getting burned out from logging in 8 times a day. So
yeah.
All right, I'll leave that there. And the next thing, just cover real quick. Phoenix is coming back for the newer players that don't have her at 7 stars yet or unlocked at all. So hopefully this Covert Ops event takes the Loki Blitz off, so you newer players can actually Blitz some and get some more shards of Loki, and hopefully helps you guys unlock Phoenix. And then the last thing we cover in this dev blog is bonus flash events. The block party event is back. At this point, do you feel like this event still should be 2 times, or every 2 months, or should just be an every month one at this point? I mean, I don't find it gives me more than like 1 character ability worth of T4s.
Well, what I think and what I want, if you look at it, Scopely is still selling these T4 ability mats for way too much, right? Yeah. So they have a very exaggerated value on the price of them. So, I mean, I would love it if it was once a month, and I don't think that would break the game economy, but they like to kind of, starve us out and make us feel like we should be spending, what is it, like 200 Canadian to get like 1 passive?
Yeah.
Which I would never do.
It's just, some things are overpriced, and it still shocks me that there are people out in the real world that actually will spend money on it. Because obviously, if no one spent money on it, they would lower the price. So that kind of does shock me a little bit. So I get what you're saying. But yeah, I definitely would like to see this event more often. But it's kind of been this way for quite some time. That's pretty much the dev blog, guys. I know, Niko, I know you got a Twitch stream running. You want to tell people where they can find you?
Yeah, just before we get there on that dev blog thing, this is like the WandaVision of dev blogs. Like, you wait for it, and it's like, nothing happened. But yes, I am on, I stream late at night, usually around 1 p.m. Pacific, or 1 a.m. Pacific time. I like to tell stories about personal life and give dating advice. I don't listen to my own dating advice, right? But, feel free to stop by at any time, and, I'll try to help you out, answer any questions in the game. I'll give the link to Mr. Free to Play here so you can put it on. But I'm Niko Diz. It's kind of hard to spell.
All right, yeah. And also, our alliance has an opening currently. So if you're someone who's interested in joining our alliance, you can easily find us. Join my Discord. Just go looking for an alliance. tag Maverick, Niko, or myself, and we can get you to the right person to respond to you if you're someone interested. So first off, what are our requirements, and where are we heading as an alliance that we really need help with?
All right, at least 12 million TCP. I wish. No, so that's the thing with the TCP, that our average right now is about 7.5 million, right? We have some of us getting towards 9 million, and we have some at more on the bottom. But we find that if you have the skill in the game, you have the knowledge in the game, and you're putting the time in the game, some of our best players are at 5 million TCP, and they're like hard hitting in war and such like that. So we're putting less emphasis on your actual size and more emphasis on how much time that you're willing to give us and communication. So I would say probably 5 million would be the lowest that we'd want to take. But if you're exceptional and you think that you should be part of our team, you know, give us a message. Right now we are on difficulty 4 and U7. We were waiting for the Emma event before we pushed to difficulty 5, and we had a player leave us and haven't been able to replace him. Else we'd be at 100. We would 100% at D4 and be on D5 right now. And for the Greek raids, we were asking our players to hold off on over-investing on certain characters. That way we could be more efficient. So we have done difficulty 1 for all of them, but we will be getting difficulty 2 in the near future, especially if we get a good and solid player to join us. We rank really well in war and raids. We're constantly fighting alliances much bigger than us. And we like to think that we do well because we strategize differently than them and we focus on efficiency. So we are definitely a structured alliance, but we have a lot of fun, right? I mean, you got Mr. Free to Play here. You got to hang out with me, right? I get to do your roster review, right? So, yeah, we look forward to anybody who thinks that they want to have a new home and they want to take their game to the next level.
Yeah, guys, I mean, I put it up on my screen. You can see we're running difficulty 4, and with only 23 of us right now, with still 8 hours to go, we're already at 72%. We're just looking for that last piece so we can move on to the newer and better content. All right, guys, and that will do it for the dev blog. Like I said, go check out Niko on Twitch. He does stream at a really weird hour, so if you're a night owl in the United States or, you know, on the Western Hemisphere, please go check him out. He does war review. I don't know if you mentioned that at all. I know my alliance find it funny and interesting and stuff like that. I unfortunately do sleep at a normal time, so I don't get to catch my own alliance leader. Usually they send me clips. But yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this one, hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here and have not done so already, hit that subscribe button. And if you do not want to miss the next hot take that I do on my channel, don't forget that notification bell. And with all that said, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.
Status makes Farmable confirmed.